people are still asking questions about crime statistics in D.C. Some argue what D.C. police report is accurate. Others say the violence is much worse than what the numbers say. News 4's Paul Wagner is joining us live outside of the U.S. Attorney's Office. Paul, a couple weeks ago, you broke this major story that even President Trump has mentioned, essentially a D.C. police commander suspended for allegedly changing the crime stats in his district. Today we learned the Justice Department is getting involved in all of this, yes?
Yeah, and the chief and Mayor Bowser both confirmed it today, Joseph, saying that they're going to cooperate with the investigation and answer all their questions. This is an investigation into whether D.C. police supervisors may have been involved in manipulating crime stats here in the district. And the U.S. Attorney's Office here behind me is going to lead that investigation. And it's an investigation so far the U.S. Attorney, Jeanine Pirro, has refused to comment on or confirm. Chief of Police Pamela Smith said today she has so far not heard from the Department of Justice as prosecutors begin a probe into whether officials in her department have been manipulating crime stats. But she says she expects to hear from them soon.
I have not been contacted, but I am aware that there may be or will be subpoenas issued. I don't know to whom, but that's all I know at this point.
The chief also confirmed the investigation into Commander Michael Pulliam and whether he manipulated crime stats in his district is still ongoing. Pulliam was placed on administrative leave with pay in May. He denies the allegations. In mid-July, News 4 reported Pulliam was under investigation along with allegations from the D.C. Police Union that changing crime stats was common in the department and done to make it appear violent crime had fallen considerably. Today, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser defended the numbers.
We know that crime has gone down in our city, and it has gone down precipitously over the last 2 years because of a lot of hard work, changes to our public safety ecosystem, including changes to the law. And we know that those facts don't comport to what some people are saying.
In that same story, the chairman of the police union told News 4 they have been for months conducting their own investigation and collecting police reports they view as dubious. The mayor also said today she had met with officers and federal officials last night in the 7th District.
We did a lot of listening about concerns that they have about policing and making sure that they have the tools that they need to do their job. With regard to a short pull-aside that we had with the federal officials, I would just say that we discussed shared priorities.
At the same time, Chief Smith said she has a good working relationship with the federal official put in charge by President Trump.
My relationship with Terry Cole has been very congenial. It's been very collaborative. He has actually asked me about different ways in which we can collaborate and have resources around the city. It is not contentious at all.
Posting to X, the Attorney General says 550 arrests have been made since the crime emergency was declared by the president, but there is no clarity as to how many of those arrests are for crimes or immigration violations. Now, we have reached out to the chairman of the police union, Greg Pemberton, several times in the last day and a half, and so far we have not heard back. We have some questions for him about what he thinks about now this investigation being launched by the U.S. Attorney's Office. That's the latest here from the U.S. Attorney's Office in Northwest. Now back into you.
Hold up, Paul. Before we let you go, I mean, you mentioned the police union there. They are conducting their own investigation into the crime stats. What can you tell us about their part in all of this?
Sure. So what we know is that when there's a crime that's been committed, the police take a report. It's called a 251. And that report is a public record. And there are questions that the police union has over more than 100 of these reports, perhaps as many as 150, in which they believe that the narrative, that the description of the crime does not meet the crime classification. And they believe that that is proof that someone is dropping the crime classification down to the point where it doesn't come into the violent crime statistics. And that's why we're seeing violent crime go down. So that's their allegation. And we have questions now as to whether or not the union is going to cooperate with this investigation and turn over those documents that they say they have.
It's such a complicated, it's like sometimes you just don't know who to believe in this case. We just have to, wait for it to play out. Paul Wagner, who broke that story a couple weeks ago, you've been on top of it ever since. We appreciate it, and I know you'll keep us updated as this case works its way through the legal system. Thanks so much, Paul.